Thought when you look at that 26 number was a little bit further down the lane, and that's why the girls played the inside part of the lane most of the week.
We shall see on the TV pair how they attack the lane pattern. The pride of New Jersey, Kelly Kulick, starts us off. 10-pin will not fall.
Great come out shot for Kelly. She gets the ball down the lane so easy. She's really worked on picking up her ball speed, and really she's been able to check that ball down the lane, getting it to about 8, 9, coming in a little light, but once again, spareable.
There's the 10-pin, there's the mark for Kelly Kulick. Battled Linda Barnes for the 5th and final spot on the show in the 56th and final game last night. It was exciting in match play. Jazreel 10 from Singapore, 25 years old. Couple days, she's got a birthday. She'd like to give herself a present with a U.S. Women's Open title. Nice help on the 4-pin there.
Five-step approach, gets the ball into the swing nice and smooth, but look at this. I'm going to tell you, great power step, high backswing, but if you watch Jazreel and anybody from Team Singapore, there is no pull through at all from that shoulder, from the top down. Smooth as silk. Now, she actually only got her ball out to about 10, 11 and got that trip 4.
Not the shot she wanted there at all.
We did see a lot of buckets this week when you got the ball too far down the lane early in the week. Ball just didn't have enough time to recover, left a lot of 2, 4, 5s or the bucket.
Covers nicely, does pick it up and converts her spare for the mark. Stay clean through 2 frames. Kelly Kulick, 3 times U.S. Open champ, 2003, 2010, 2012. Told us last night after match play, so excited. Chance to win the U.S. Open, about 20 minutes from her hometown of Union, New Jersey.
One more time, Kelly.
Crossing over, almost a Brooklyn strike.
Well, we saw a lot of those this week also, because once again, if you weren't comfortable and you weren't getting the ball down the lane, projecting it down past that tracer. See that brown tracer down the lane? You had to get your the ball to the right of that tracer to actually get it to stay in the 1-3.
Six-pin for the spare. Keys to victory for each bowler. Carolyn, what do you see here today?
I think, first of all, whether we want to say it or not, everybody's going to do spare shooting. But for Kelly, it's definitely, she wants to play the lanes where she feels her strength in, which is deeper, getting the ball down the lane to the right, and spare shooting. Jazreel, she wants to remain mentally tough. She's been on the road for many weeks. She's feeling a little tired, and she wants to make sure she wants to execute to the best of her ability.
Better shot, 1-3 pocket, late fall on the 10-pin. And a strike for Kelly Kulick. Late into the evening last night in match play. Back and forth with Linda Barnes for that 5th and final spot. 12-time member of the Singapore national team, Jazreel 10. What a great career at Wichita State. 2-time Collegiate Bowler of the Year there. Saw the numbers. Saw a strike. 10-pin late. And all 10 down into the pit for Jazz.
On this shot, she definitely, if you notice, she threw it a little bit harder, got the ball way further down the lane. Out to about 10 and kicks out that 10 pin. Here's the amazing thing about this pattern this week and the ladies. Everybody used different equipment. Strong equipment. Jazreel right now is using a strong ball. Kelly, a little bit of a weaker ball, but still creating the reaction they need.
No help with a 10 pin that time. All that's left for her mark in the fourth frame. Member of the Singapore national team since age 14. There's the 10 pin. Singapore national team, so many great bowlers competing regularly. Travel as a group. And tremendous camaraderie and teamwork. A lot of support during match play last night. She has one PWBA Tour title to her credit. Kelly Kulick's got 10. Crossing over again. Brooklyn strike. Late hit on the 6 pin, and down it goes.
Kelly doesn't get this ball to the right at all. She knew it when it left her hand, but she got the break with the Brooklyn strike, tripping the 6.
Kelly at the TOC. 2010 in Las Vegas. She knows about big matches. Hit on the 4 there. Taking on Chris Barnes, who did not get the break. Kelly Kulick won that championship. 7 pin count there, which made the PBA Tour, competing with the men 2006, and then that incredible major championship in 2010.
She got this way past the tracer, out to about 8, didn't quite recover. Jazreel left the bucket on that lane also, so the left lane might be playing just a little bit tighter down lane. Pair to pair, lane to lane this week was very different. I saw a lot of ladies this week writing down exactly what they were doing on each lane because they played so different.
Trying to find her look on each lane. Kelly Kulick in a very tight match here with Jazreel 10. Kelly, a true trailblazer for women's bowling. Guest of President Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama, National Women's Recognition Day, the White House. Jazreel would like to bring some pride to her home nation. With a win here today, looking for a first major. Light hit.
Not a bad shot by Jazreel, though. She got the ball going right the way she wanted to, and this is where we'll wait for that transition to take place, where the lanes start to actually come to the girls, is what you want to say. Comes in a little bit light, she gets a break. But what'll happen is if they continue to play in, they're going to continue to chase it left, unless you're like Liz and Danielle, who chased it right later in the week.
So interesting, Carol, the moves they make in match. 2-5. Avoids chopping and does cover to stay clean for her mark at the midway point. First time that Jazreel's ever been on TV in a major championship. What you said last night, and you know her pretty well, I'm sure, she wasn't very nervous. I've been on a lot of TV appearances before. Wichita State, plenty of ITC events. She was fine with it.
I think they're very comfortable with their surroundings because they know all of the bowlers. They just bowled against them in college over the last few years, so it's a comfort factor.
They get 10 there. And that's part of the next generation we will see on the PWBA Tour now that it's back and better than ever.
I do think the intimidation factor is a little less. I do, because you are comfortable with your surroundings and you've already bowled against them. When I went out on tour, these ladies had 20 titles in majors. Like I was in awe probably for my first few years before I even got to what I needed to really focus on.
There's a 10-pin. Well, you focused pretty well, partner, on route to Hall of Fame career, winning 20 titles. Not bad at the end, Carolyn.
Thank you.
Great match here. Underway from New Jersey, it's the U.S. Open.
Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And by BPAA, the Bowling Proprietors Association of America.
Liberty Island, Statue of Liberty, south tip of Manhattan. Depends on the traffic. All depends on the traffic. Get there about half an hour, maybe.
There is always traffic.
Beautiful sight. There's our score. Our first match underway between Jazreel Tan of Singapore and American superstar Kelly Kulick, U.S. Open. First match. That's a better hit in the 1-3 pocket. And all 10 down into the pit for Kelly Kulick. Might be her best ball of the match.
Much better shot by Kelly. Her projection, way to the right, hitting about 20, 21 at the arrows, getting it right to that tracer. Right down the lane. Perfect. Didn't cut it off. She was nice and long with her swing. Talking with Jim Callahan, the Rotogrip and Storm rep. She's using an unhinged, Rotogrip unhinged, which is a little bit of a weaker ball, but she has it drilled with a little bit of a stronger pin with a little surface, giving her that smooth reaction off the end of the pattern.
Left lane, that's high, right through the nose, and look out. 3, 6, 7, 10.
Definitely no built-in hold on this pattern, especially not yet with only, you know, a few frames into these matches. So, you know, the lane really hasn't developed yet to allow them a lot of mistake area.
How do you approach the split?
Hit it. You want to get to the right of the 3-pin, almost to the 6, and slide it over into the 7.
Can she cover them all? No. Leaves 2, 8-pin count, open frame. Latter stage of the match, that is interesting, and suddenly 10 with a 5-pin lead.
And when I was talking earlier about the equipment, Jazreel is using a Rotogrip Menace. Stronger ball, stronger drill, little less surface. So that's what I'm saying. This week, there was so many options out there as to what the girls were using to get the reaction that they felt they could stay consistent with throughout the week.
And trying to take advantage. 5-pin stance here for her spare. Looking to build on that 5-pin lead. Could have been 15 pins, 7th frame.
Ball just didn't hold its energy. Comes in a little bit light. She gets lucky with the 5-pin instead of the 2-4-5. Both girls, though, in talking with them, have the left lane a little bit tighter down lane, and both have made a move on the left lane a little bit further right, not with their eyes, just with their feet.
In-match adjustments critical. The thinking game imperative. Hooks into the 5-pin there. Takes care of the mark. Now it gets interesting in our last few frames.
Well, you know, you get to that 8th and 9th frame. It's almost, I know the 9th frame is the foundation frame, but I always thought when I was on TV, it's like, you know what? A couple more good shots in the 8th and 9th set you up for the 10th. Maybe they'll make a mistake and I won't have to worry about it.
Can always hope, right? Perfect shot. 60 feet to success for Jazreel Tan, her best shot of the match. All 10 down.
Great shot. She moved her feet a couple boards to the right, kept her eyes the same, like I said, and it was really crucial. Need to be long with the swing, get the ball down the lane and to the right.
How will Kelly respond now? Comes in high again.
Good shot.
4-7.
You heard her say it. She liked that shot. There was a lot of that this week. You thought you threw it good off your hands, but once again, lane's going through a little bit of transition. You are going for U.S. Open title, so ball speed might have been just a little bit slower. Didn't quite get it all the way to the right down lane. You got it. The tracer was a big target this week. I don't know a girl that didn't say she wasn't looking at the tracers this week. Little high, gets a break, shooting up 4-7.
Covers nicely. Kelly told us last night after match play how hard she's worked on the mental game. She works extensively with a sports psychologist, and the grueling marathon-like conditions of match play last night that went deep into the night, close to 11 o'clock. She'll emphasize the positive, not what she did wrong. More on the tournament format. We started with 153 bowlers here. 32 games of qualifying, the cut to 24. Round-robin match play, and the final 5. Fantastic 5. Advancing to the step-ladder final today. We're loaded with the superstars of the game. Little high, 6-10.
You could see Kelly got around this ball just a little bit more than she had been. She was trying not to really get around it early in the week. Got around that one just a little bit more. Ball picked up just a little sooner before the pins. You heard her say push. You'll see her hand right here at the end get around it. You can see her hand just at the top, get around it just a little bit. Ball picks up just a little bit sooner than she wanted. But again, see, this is what you said all week. Got a break, didn't split.
Does cover. The 6-10 to stay right in the match here in her foundation frame. See if Jazzy can extend the lead, working on a strike in the 9th. Every shot critical now. Six days shy of her birthday.
She can rent a car. Real good shot.
4-pin, it was a nice shot. Doesn't strike, can't extend the lead by 10 for now.
Great shot by Jazz. Got that one right at 2019. Once again, to the right of the tracer down lane, gets the 4-pin. And the ball she's using, because it's stronger, will roll up a little sooner and actually slow down a little bit, which actually, as she moves left, should give her a really good reaction on the back end.
Spare ball this time on the single pin spare cover. A 4-pin down. This could go right down to our last shot. What a way to start off the Women's U.S. Open here from Jersey. That's what's necessary. That's a lot based on the way the lanes are playing right now.
And we said this is the lane that both girls have, just a little bit tighter down lane. They both made the move to the right with their feet.
Fantastic shot, but the 9-pin stands. We've only had one back-to-back strike in the match so far. That from Kelly Kulick.
Unbelievable shot off Jazreel's hand. It was just great. Ball goes right to the right of that 8-pin. Look at that. Unbelievable.
There's the 8, there's the spare. She can't shut her out now. So Kelly can't lose on the bench. Without that first strike that was necessary from Jazreel. Tremendous international experience for both bowlers, but Kelly Kulick, a long-time superstar of the game. She's been in this situation many times before.
And the fill shot is just as important. I know it's 5 pins. You know, I know what you're saying when you're looking at the score. But I got to tell you, with the condition that's out there, every pin was critical.
Perfect shot into the 1-3 pocket.
All right.
Up steps Kelly Kulick.
Never play defense.
20 minutes from her hometown of Union, New Jersey. Our 5 seed with family and friends watching.
I was just told by Del Ballard Jr., who's helping out Kelly Kulick, she is making a ball change right now in the 10th frame.
That's what she needs. Can she do it? There's one! With Mom Carol, Dad Bill in attendance among so many great New Jersey bowling personalities here today.
Kelly going to a stronger ball that's going to roll up just a little bit sooner. Read the pattern perfect. And boy, let me tell you, that right there is an experienced, gutsy move.
Strike and 6 necessary to win and advance to the next round. Gotta have it. Not this time. For the great Kelly Kulick.
Got that ball just a little bit wider, and it didn't make it up. But I got to tell you, what she did in the 10th frame, right there, unbelievable. And really, she did what she felt like she needed to do. She felt like she was lined up, but in the wrong ball. Congratulations to Jazreel.
Jazreel Tan of Singapore knocks off New Jersey legend Kelly Kulick, who cannot compete her bid for a 4th career U.S. Open title. Kelly's day is finished. Jazzy's day just getting started. To take on the 3 seed Danielle McEwan, former star Fairleigh Dickinson University National Collegiate Bowler of the Year. And already at just 24 years old, tremendous impact with Team USA internationally as well. Going for her first major championship today. About 70 miles from her hometown of Stony Point, New York, which is north of New York City. Her day underway. Perfect hit into the 1-3 pocket. All 10 down for McEwan.
One of the keys to Danielle's success yesterday, what watching her, was that she seemed much more confident than she did last week.
Jazzy Tan gets started. Match 2 coming in high. And 3-pin stand for her. 3-6-10 remain.
We're going to take a look. See where it gets just left of that tracer. It was just a little bit left of the tracer instead of to the right. And if you don't get it down the lane and to the right, we've seen it, it just starts to hook up a little bit sooner, going through the nose.
Open frame, 10-pin stands. Early open for Jazzy Tan.
Ball just a little bit high on that 3-pin, does not take out the 10.
Well, she told us last night she wouldn't be too nervous.
They never look nervous.
But that was just what I was going to say, Carolyn. You would know either way how she's feeling. There is no emotion at all. Zero response to a good shot or when she struggles.
I think they're a little nervous. I just think they hold it inside a little more.
Gotta be nervous, right? Better looking shot. 8-pin up for Jazreel Tan. Team Singapore represented so well. We talked about how it's a traveling team.
She's made the move on this left lane. Now watch here. See that tracer right there? Ball got to the right of it. Yet she leaves another stone 8, but the adjustment she's made on that lane has definitely been the right one.
classic spare ball has a smiley face on it, so there's the emotion we've been lacking from Jazreel. At least while she competes, you know she's very nervous, certainly inside of this big event. As Danielle steps back up, she won the 2010 NCAA title with FDU on these very lanes here in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Gotta feel comfortable to return to a place where she had so much success. Seven pin.
Okay, this is a great shot to look at Danielle. Now, she's trying to play a little bit further right. Ball comes in a little bit light. Doesn't get that light shaker 7 off, but the key to playing to the right, she actually got that one a little bit further left than her other shot on the left lane and came up light. So, once again, that look to the right could be developing, which means that's probably somewhere Liz is going to be.
There's the 7. Covers there. Third place back in 2013 at the US Open, the last time this event was held.
Danielle has a 4-step delivery, and one of the things she's been working on is right here. Right here. See how smooth and how round she got that ball down and how quick? Earlier last week, she was getting it out a little bit more in front of her, wasn't as smooth and clean. It was causing her it was inconsistent at the point of release. This week, she corrected that, and that's why she's on the show.
Saw the winks when she released that, knew it might be off the mark. It comes in way high.
Just a bad shot, got around it a little bit.
Count.
Yeah, she didn't like that, picked up right at the foul line, missed left. And once again, there is no hold yet. We've been talking about that. 3-6, 9-10. Interesting about the spare, I've seen girls shoot it this week with their strike ball and with their spare ball.
Covers, but barely. You saw that third place finish a couple years back. The event won by Liz Johnson, our 2 seed here today.
Just taps that 3-pin and it decides to take the other 3 with it.
There's the reaction. She knew it.
That's called a break.
And she'll take it. Way off the mark. Wash out. Way light, missed the head pin.
Jazzy that was just way right off her hand. You'll see right here as she lets it go, she's going to go more in this direction. Too early. And it doesn't way to the right.
Out to cover. 1, 2, 4, 10. Does so. Nice spare. That's what you need. Third frame has her mark.
Uses her spare ball, gets to the left of the head pin. Textbook style.
She's been in the Singapore national team 12 years. Since age 14, when she joined the team, she was the youngest member of that squad. Just 14 years old, representing her country. Tremendous experience. Better looking shot. Help on the 8, all 10 down. USBC provides numerous programs and services for bowlers in its efforts to build a future for the sport, including competitive leagues and tournaments for all ages, youth and collegiate bowling, as well as bowling instructional videos, coaching certification programs, and social interaction and event coverage. Visit bowl.com for more. Pin down.
Great shot by Danielle. Playing a little bit straighter. Increases her ball speed when she feels like she wants to keep that ball more on line Also creates a little bit hole down lane. Perfect shot. Here's her keys to victory. She wants to stay positive and focused. She's really worked hard on that the last few weeks.
That's paying off with shots like that.
And the other key was keeping her ball in line. She wants to make sure she increases her ball speed so she doesn't have to move out of her zone, so she can keep that line a little bit more straight to the head pin.
Back-to-back jacks for Danielle. First double of the match. Now Jazzy will try to respond. In the fifth to cut it to 11 pins. Not finding that 1-3 pocket. And the split with the 2 and the 7.
Didn't look like a bad shot by Jazzy. Hit about 21 at the arrows. Got it right at that tracer. Just did not get up the hill. This lane now might be going through a transition for her where she had that left lane a little bit tighter down lane. She may be experiencing the same thing on the right lane and may have to make that adjustment.
Baby split conversion. Chopped it. Watch out. 7 stands. Another open for Jazzy Tan. Just like that, the deficit up to 33 pins. And Danielle working on a double. Match changer. Danielle's got the fan. Keeping the hand in good shape. Losing her look right now. 5-7. And she's in serious trouble.
Here's what happened during the week when you got your ball to the right of that tracer. If you started to get this reaction where you feel like you threw it good off your hand, because those last 2 shots didn't look horrible off of Jazreel's hand. The move was to the left, and it wasn't a small move. It was a 4 and 1, or even 4 with your feet. Leave your eyes the same just to create angle.
Does convert there, but she's in a big hole head-to-head. Danielle McEwan of Stony Point, New York, trying for U.S. Open title today from New Jersey.
I thought that was a good shot. It was hard.
They're very diplomatic about it. Kathy, well done. With mom very close by. It's a neat moment for the family. All right, back to the matter at hand. McEwan, nice lead, 33 pins, working on 2 strikes.
These are the key shots coming off the bench during the commercial break. You know, you got to make sure you stay mentally focused, keep up your ball speed, and just make an aggressive shot.
Still high and look out. Big 4 stands. Oh my goodness.
This
4,
was
6, 7, 10.
I'm sorry, this was always the shot I hated the most.
Yeah.
I had to really focus on it. I think she just got a little bit slow. I mean, she was sitting, got it in a little bit also. Hit about 15 on that shot. Didn't get a break.
Straight across the lane and getting 3 of the 4. The 4-pin stands. Pretty good effort by Danielle to convert the big 4, which is very rare to make.
Throws that 6 right over into the 7. But
Did you ever make
unfortunately,
the
the
big
4
4 on TV?
Not on TV,
Yeah.
but I've made it before, but not on
sure,
TV.
sure. Only once in the PBA men's history. I called that Walter Williams Jr. in Atlanta, 2002. All right, trying to rebound for the open. That comes in high. Look out.
That shot was definitely more aggressive, but she's missing a little left. Not getting that ball to the right. First few shots in the game, she was, even though she got it in, she was aggressive, got it a little bit further to the right, and that one she's hit a little bit further left.
Three, 6, 10 up. Very makeable spare. Doesn't convert. A chop and 2-pin stand. It's open again with a 6-10 up. Brand new match. It was just a 33-pin lead, Carolyn. and you called it perfectly out of the break, it can be so hard to keep that intensity up.
It's horrible. That's one of the toughest shots. I mean, I'd rather get up and have to throw a strike in the 10th to
Really?
win a match.
That's
But
interesting to
just
hear you say that.
Coming off the break, you just got to be really, really prepared.
And Jazzy take advantage. Nice looking shot there with a 4-pin.
This is a great shot to look at for Jazreel. And talking with her ball rep, Jim Callahan, during the break, he said to her, you're throwing it a little bit too hard, which we talked about. She was getting it through the spot, and you're going to see right here. One of the things she said she's going to try to do is get that ball to roll up just a little bit sooner, and you're going to see it picked up right there. A little bit sooner than her last 2 shots. She got it. She did it with her hand. Got the ball to roll up a little sooner. Much better reaction.
Platter frame the 4-5 conversion, then the 4-pin there. After a 5-pin win over Kelly Kulick in the first round to advance up the step ladder to take on Danielle McEwan. 4-time first-team collegiate All-American. And we spoke about that. It's such a big theme. These college stars now in the pros.
Absolutely. Collegiate bowling and the international world also has given these girls so much access to so many different patterns and so many different lane surfaces that they're so much more prepared than the collegiate bowlers of 10 years ago even. So they're much more seasoned by the time they come out to the PWBA Tour.
Perfect shot, 1-3 pocket, all 10 into the pit for Jazzy 10.
Great shot.
Maybe her best shot of the match, perhaps of both matches. And make things very interesting.
And you know, this is a lesson to everybody out there. You're talking about just a few feet. So her ball now is making that motion right about here. Well, I didn't catch it right as it was going down the lane, but you're talking just 1 foot or so of that ball reading the lane just a little bit sooner and making that reaction.
How does Danielle respond now? That's coming in high. Another split. Oh my. 4, 6, 7 stand. And all of a sudden she is in big trouble.
Projection to the right and angle was the most important factor this week. And she's just not getting that ball to where that it needs to read the end of the pattern.
Can't cover it. 6 stands, another open frame for Danielle McEwan. Suddenly a 5-pin deficit for her. So making the grade, former collegiate stars making an impact this year on the 2015 PWBA Tour. The return of professional women's bowling, so exciting this season. Liz Johnson, former National Bowler of the Year at Morehead State. Wichita State represented so well. Stephanie Johnson, we'll see at the Tour Championship next week. Your hometown, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Yes.
Liz Culkin bowling so well also. Trying to find her look. And boys, the double wood has the 8-pin to deal with here.
Definitely a much better shot. She had much more angle on that. She was aggressive. She had a little more ball speed. Now, from there, you have to decide, got to get it to roll up just a little bit sooner. Are we going to move her eyes back? She's going to do it with her hand. Jazzy decided to do it with her hand. Much better shot. You could see she got it to the right of that tracer. We've been talking about that tracer since the very first frame. That was a key spot on this week during the pattern.
Covers the 8, does have her mark. Jazreel Tang of Singapore. The ball is in her court, so to speak. And a chance to wrap it up and get to the next round.
First game we saw Kelly Kulick change in that 10th frame to a little bit of a stronger ball with a little less surface. Might be something Danielle needs to think about getting up there in the 10th frame.
Big shot. Foundation frame for Jazzy. Looking for a hit on the 7, can't get it. It stands. Single pin conversion coming up.
Ever since she's made that change with her hand, getting that ball to roll up, you can see she's kept that ball in the 1-3 pocket. Another key factor this week. Hit the 1-3, hit the 1-3, make what you leave. Very spareable.
Single pin conversion. The New Jersey bowling legends we talked about, Johnny Petraglia and Parker Bowman III, Hall of Famers. We've seen them watching closely right behind our great bowlers here today. What does she need? A double and 6 to shut out Danielle and advance up the ladder to take on Liz Johnson.
Kind of nice that it's coming down to the 10th frame. Well, for them. Me, I want it over in the 7th frame, but makes it exciting.
Looking for one. There it is. Huge shot. Crunching in to that 1-3 pocket.
Her last 4 shots on this lane, when she left the 2 stone 8s, she left the 4 pin. She's making great shots on this left lane. Look at the rotation. She has such great axis rotation. Now she's got that little more of area to the right, so she got that one a little bit further. Still came off the pattern just the right way.
Strike plus 6. She'll shut out Danielle on the bench and advance up the ladder. How about it, Jazzy? Coming in high, and the 6-10 stands, so no strike there and no shutout. Danielle's hopes are alive.
Definitely didn't get this one as far. It actually was 1 board left of the tracer. You could see it went through the nose. Needs to make the spare.
.172. And now Danielle McEwan stands up. Gonna need that same combination.
Did you see that? She picked up 1 ball and realized it was the wrong one. You know what? I did that once and threw it in the 10th.
What
I
happened?
never put more balls on the rack ever again. I went through the nose, by the way. Yeah.
Kind of guessed. Gotta have it.
Looks good.
Doesn't get it.
Nope.
6-10 stand. She cannot double and get 6 in the 10th. And on the bench, Jazzy will be through to the next round to take on the 2 seed Liz Johnson. At 1 point down by 33 pins. She wins another match. You wouldn't know it. Not a lot of emotion. She could be a champion today. So many great bowling dignitaries enjoying this major championship in New Jersey. Two seed Liz Johnson, 3-time U.S. Open champ, a true legend. The Buffalonian in action again, right at that 1-3 pocket, with a lot of velocity, but only a 7-pin count. 3-6-10.
Okay, you just heard Liz say she's going to try to play to the right, but did you hear what she said? Keep it in front of you. Liz likes to go right to left. When there, once again, we talked about the pattern. There's not going to be any hold on this pattern. The only way you're going to be able to develop it is with ball speed. So she's going to try on this next shot. I am sure Liz is going to really think about just keeping that ball in front of her instead of making that right to left move. And she usually does. She'll just try to move her eyes maybe further down lane, keep that ball more on line.
Jazzy Town at 195 and a win over Kelly Kulick. 172 and a win over Danielle McEwan. Workmanlike effort. Not spectacular bowling by any stretch, but 2 wins. Grinding out victory so far. Begins her 3rd match. Right hit. 2-4.
Once again, this is one of those shots. Commercial break. Little aggressive. She's keeping up her ball speed, which I really like, especially on this pattern. Just got it too far down the lane, didn't quite catch it. She got a break though, knocked out the 10-pin. I heard Jim talking to her during the break also and said, don't forget, keep your speed up, but make sure you get around it. Make sure you catch it to get that ball started.
Jim Callahan helping out on Team Storm. You made an interesting comment at the end of her last match. I thought that you didn't think that Jazzy really knew what the score was, necessarily what she needed.
I don't think a lot of them look at the score. I think they just bowl.
Wow.
Their job is to bowl. Their job is to throw the best shots they can. That's what they practice. That's what they're supposed to do.
That's interesting.
And now I don't know that. I really didn't ask her that, but watching her bowl over the years, it's more about just, she just knows that her job is to throw the best shot she can.
Light hit. Yeah, tough split coming up here.
Looks like the
2-4-10.
same identical shot she just threw on the right lane, but this time didn't tip out the 10. Looks like she catches it, but she just gets it way past the tracer out to about 8. Ball never recovered. 2-4-10. Hit a little bit left of that 2 pin, slide the pin right into the 10.
An easy conversion and leaves the 10. It's an open frame. Now, Carolyn, I've been broadcasting for 25 years, and I cannot recall many other athletes who are as emotionless as Jazzy's been today. I'm seeing no reaction to any situation. Now, Liz is a very serious, stern competitor, but when she makes a big shot, we'll know it. Jazzy, there's just nothing there.
Yeah,
It's interesting to watch.
It's, yeah, I couldn't do it. You know me, I'd be all excited.
You saw that direct path to the pocket. All 10 down for Liz Johnson. Such a powerful bowler.
Look at Liz's feet. She's open in her stance, okay? Drops the ball right into her swing, and she is textbook and gets right into position. Really uses her legs. I'm going to tell you, that right there, that is the old Liz Johnson. Really driving with her legs, which increases her ball speed naturally, not without muscle.
Didn't like that. Open for a Brooklyn strike. Does get the break. Crosses over. And all 10 down for Liz.
Once again, just a bad shot, missed left, but she got the break, and this is what you needed this week. Now she's got a double.
And we have not seen a lot of those. We haven't seen a turkey yet. The entire day. We talked about the scores and the workmanlike effort Jazzy's put forth through 2 wins. Her third frame. That's the best shot we've seen in a while from Jazreel Tan.
Much better shot, kept it left of that tracer with ball speed. So it allowed her to create a little bit more hold. She had about 21 at the arrows right there. She hit about 11 down lane. Great shot.
Back-to-back jacks. 2 good shots for Jazzy, who's got her Wichita State colors on today, we noticed. 4-time All-American for the Shockers. Team Singapore watching closely. And a 1-time titleist on the PWBA Tour. Lubbock Open we talked about for Jazzy. Liz has won 13 times, 6 majors, 3 U.S. Opens. Already in the Hall of Fame. High and split.
Oh, the fun baby.
3-10.
She didn't like this one at all. You could hear it at the foul line. Used a little more of her upper body on that shot. You could see she comes right through it. Watch this right here as she pops up right here. A little bit more of her upper body right there. Forces her to miss a little bit left. But what did she say? I got to keep it in front of me. And her good shots are where she really drove into the line with her legs, not her upper body.
Here's a look at that spare. Nice conversion on the split.
I think making the 310's like a triple this week.
Nothing's easy on this 39-foot oil pattern. It's been a battle for these bowlers.
Keys to success for Liz: her ball speed, doing it naturally, using her legs, and she wants to stay as far right as possible.
Again crossing over, but no Brooklyn break this time. The 5 and the 9 up for Liz, who just keeps missing there.
Again, used her upper body. She popped right up out of it. She knew she didn't like it. One of the things about Liz is she gets really smooth. Even though she starts open in her stance, her push on her first step, she really is smooth, and then she has a methodical second, third, and fourth step. Might be getting just a little quick,
Right there.
causing her to really close down on it and just miss left.
Covers for the mark. 11-time member of Team USA. She's done everything imaginable in the sport.
That's the first time I've seen her actually take a few extra seconds before her shot.
So methodical. Could we have a turkey? No. Not quite. 3-pin stands, but just single pin conversion. She tried to even up the match. Midway point. Internal focus. She told us about that last night. Huge part of her game. Because outwardly you don't see anything. Nice conversion. Keeping things very interesting here.
I do like that she said last night, though, she's always learning. She's always trying to educate herself, even if it's watching the people around her bowl, and she's always asking questions. And I think that's, I admire that, because a lot of young bowlers don't feel that way, and I just thought that was really cool of her to say.
Coming in high. More trouble. Big split. 6, 7, 10 stand here for Jazzy.
Hit about 22-23 at the arrows, so as you can see, definitely didn't get it to the spot. Especially on that left lane. That was the one that was a little bit tighter down lane earlier in the matches. Could be transitioning now to the opposite.
Tough conversion, cannot do it. 7 stands, open frame. Liz Johnson suddenly up by 25 pins, trying to climb the ladder. Shannon O'Keefe, the top seed, awaits the winner here today.
Technicians.
Bear 6th and 7th frame for Liz Johnson. The first effort for her double wood. She did cover each an 8-pin count. Jazzy, 7-pin count, first ball, 7th frame. Covers, does have a spare. Starting the 7th down, 21 pins.
At this point, Jazzy hasn't thrown, her last few shots have not been exactly what she's wanted. She hasn't gotten the ball to the point down the lane where she needs to be. During the week, the girls usually made the move. It was that 3-in-1 move, or move with your feet just to create that angle naturally, and with, opening up your body a little bit more than trying to throw it down the lane.
Finds the 1-3 pocket perfectly that time. The question is, against the great Liz Johnson, is it too late? Bowlers have to be strategic, creative with lane conditions like these.
Liz Johnson, ball change. Go into a cleaner ball. It's still going to read the middle part of the lane, but give her a little bit more back-end reaction.
pocket, 9-pin. Still up for Liz.
See that ball get down the lane a little bit further than the ball beforehand. Was picking up just a little bit soon. The crux is a little bit of a stronger ball. This ball cleaner. Still going to give her the back end reaction she needs. Maybe even create a little bit of that hold where she can use her ball speed to create the angle she wants.
In addition to her success on the ladies tour, Liz also holds the distinction of first woman to win a televised PBA match. You know that. See the PWBA tour history. Last event, Dallas Open, won by Michelle Feldman from near Syracuse, New York. But then the tour event and the operation ceased. But just this year, it is back. October, return of the tour. And the first U.S. Open with the new format. And return of the PWBA tour means so much. As Liz pointed out to us last night, she was only 28 years old, in her prime back in '03 when the operation shut down. She lost a lot of great years.
Yeah, she did. I mean, she's still young. You know, she's that dreaded 4-0, the dreaded. But she's kept herself in good shape. She's kept herself in phenomenal bowling shape. And as you can see, that's why she's on the telecast today. And that ball change is going to give her that look where she can keep that ball right in front of her and get the reaction she wants.
Perfect shot for Jazzy, who's had 2 big comebacks, including down 33 pins midway through her match with McEwan.
Jazreel made the move on this right lane. She's deeper. Right here, you'll see it. Hitting about 23, 24 at the arrows, keeping it about 12 now down the lane. Now she's going to have that look where she's created that angle by moving left with her feet, opening up her angles naturally, and now she can feed it easier to that spot.
A lot of red circles for open frames. Comes in high, has a split again.
You can see by her
3-10.
body language she didn't like that shot when it left her hand. Ball almost going Brooklyn, which you look for that Brooklyn hit when you can. Leaves the 310. She'll change to her spare ball to shoot right at it across the lane.
Trying to pick up the split. Cannot. Drops that pin, leads 10. And Liz Johnson on the bench is going to advance to the championship match to take on Shannon O'Keefe, our top seed. Just need 7 here. Put this one away. Pin won't go down. She'll get 9, but she does win the match. And Liz Johnson from Cheektowaga, New York, outside Buffalo, to the championship match. There's a 10 pin, and there is the victory officially now for Liz. Bidding for a 4th U.S. Open next against Shannon O'Keefe.
Your team is
Event and tremendous young bowlers there. Great bowlers here as well in New Jersey. We are down to our championship match now. Shannon O'Keefe and Liz Johnson head-to-head. It's the top 2 seeds. What could be a better setup to wrap up our stepladder bracket today? Winner, a major champion, and $50,000 richer. It all comes down to one match.
Liz made that ball change last game. She's coming back out with it. Throwing the rocket.
7 down late. Good start for Liz.
Really stayed down with that shot. Kept the ball right in front of her. That's just what she wants to do. She has had a little bit of a knee issue. It's a little sore. She's done a lot of bowling over the last few weeks.
Sure has.
But she said, if I can keep my legs underneath me, it's going to allow me to keep the line that I want.
Here's Shannon.
Read it.
Doesn't read it. And a lot standing. washout.
She's definitely a little bit deeper than the other girls were sooner. Of course, this is the final match. Got that ball way down the lane. She's using a melee jab. It's a little bit cleaner, but scuffed the surface a little bit, so it's, you know, it's a little smooth off spot. She used that ball last night, and she feels like her reaction is what she had last night.
Nice cover.
Great shot.
It sure was. 1, 2, 4, 10, all down for Shannon.
Hit to the left of the head pin. Textbook washout make there.
Coming up next on CBS Sports Network, GT Sprint Series Racing. As soon as we wrap up from here in New Jersey, Dave, Carolyn, and Kathy, great to have you with us today for the U.S. Open Championship match. Comes in high, baby split. 310, trying to find her look on each lane right now.
Well, that's something common that happens in bowling. You know, you miss the first one to the right, your first frame. I mean, it's for the U.S. Open, for crying out loud. I mean, everybody's nervous. I don't care who you are. Maybe a little bit over aggressive. Then now you're going to really try to make sure it hooks. So she just, after this frame, calm down, take a few deep breaths. She'll recover.
Split, nice conversion. Tricky spares. Now second frame for Liz Johnson. Watching the lead grow to 12 pins. Liz led most of yesterday through match play to the very end. Strong shot, 1-3 pocket, 60 feet to success there for Liz Johnson. Power bowling. That's ball speed. Match 3, 199 for Liz to get by Jazzy 10. Jazzy did not surpass 200. No one has today. Liz has come the closest. But she's off to a great start in the championship match. It's high. 10-pin stands. Ever have, I'm sure you did, many shows like this where the lane conditions offered a big challenge. What do? How do you stay mentally sharp knowing we're not going to see a 300?
You know, one of the thought processes should be that you're not trying to be perfect and you're not trying to shoot 250 to win this title. It's about making a quality shot, and just know that whatever happens, you need to make what you need. It really is a totally different mental outlook, but it is not about throwing lots of strikes. It's about making quality shots. I think sometimes we make it harder on ourselves, because honestly, you should really always think it that way, but we don't.
Better look, better shot there for Shannon. We just had a grand total of 2 doubles the entire day. Kelly Kulick, 3rd and 4th frames in her one and only match, and then Jazzy in the match with Liz struck in the 3rd and 4th. That's it. No turkeys, obviously. Nothing more than that. So the furthest thing from a strike fest today.
And you did hear some of the girls, you know, through their microphone, oh, I thought I threw that one good, or that was a good shot. But it didn't quite do what they wanted it to do. And then, honestly, that's when you have to make a move, because that's what the condition called for.
Great shot. You saw the match play average and qualifying for Shannon. She threw a 278, her best game of the tournament, to go around Liz last night at the end of match play.
Textbook style, the most athletic bowler on this tour. Great shot. She recovered from her first 2 shots like I knew she would. She has worked very hard at keeping herself physically fit, and it shows.
Push. 4-pin.
Liz's game is so textbook style. You can see every time she stays down with her shot, her ball reads the lane just perfect, and her angles are perfect. So as long as she can keep her legs underneath her, she'll be able to be aggressive and just use her ball speed to create what she needs down lane.
Three-time champ of the U.S. Open we talked about. One of those in 07. The runner-up was Shannon O'Keefe. We've seen this before. Past champs, we just talked about that. Since 2000, our defending champion is Liz Johnson. Shots like that, she might win a 4th U.S. Open championship here today. Great shot.
You know Liz likes the look she has when she starts screaming at the pins. Because she's usually a very calm bowler, but you can tell she kind of gets into it. But once she made that ball change, it changed everything.
Could we have a turkey?
Read it. Read it.
No. 8-pin stand. Avoids the double wood, which can be tricky.
Absolutely not a bad shot. I know she was shaking her head a little bit. She was hoping it would read a little more. Comes in very light, gets the break, and knocks out that 2-pin to leave the 8, which is a lot. You're right. Is a much easier spare than the 2-8. But another good shot. And once again, we talk about the commercial break. So good shot.
Halfway home championship match. Shannon O'Keefe from just outside St. Louis against Liz Johnson from Buffalo. 1 pin separate these two great bowlers.
Carry.
Wanted the carry, got it. All 10 down.
Textbook 4-step style, gets that ball into the swing so smooth. Long with her swing, and boy, let me tell you something, when she is long with that follow through, that's when she's able to create whatever she wants on the lane. And sometimes those light hits this week were the best ones.
Tricky conditions. Back to Liz. And a 6-pin for her for her spare. A very tight match.
Liz didn't like that one off her hand. You could hear it at the foul line. Pulled up on it just a little bit. Could be the knee. But got a break and left the 6-pin. She'll change to her spare ball to shoot it.
There's the 6, there's a spare. Liz did mention that last night. Some knee soreness bothering her after that long grind of match play. She was not too happy about giving up the top seed. Very intense competitor at all times is Liz Johnson. Very last game, Shannon overtook her late last night.
She had something for 2 rounds of match play that no one else had. She really grinded that first round, and then that second round, she just went, goodbye.
Big separation. 7-pin.
Watching these two ladies bowl is very educational for our future women bowlers. You're going to see here Liz's ball, not as dramatic to the pocket, a little more end over end. She's a little more behind the ball, much more rolly, but very effective. Then you have Shannon O'Keefe, who's further left, gets around it a little more with a little more axis rotation, very effective. So the key I'm trying to bring here is, whatever you do, make that the best of your ability, and then add other tools to your game.
Great point. Finds the 1-3 pocket perfectly.
Got this one a little bit further down lane. She got right at the tracer right there. You could hear her at the foul line. Get up, get up. And it did, and she got that light hit. Great shots. I would take that. I wouldn't even move. And that's what people did this week. Off that hit, you don't move. You just keep executing.
Stay right there.
That's absolutely correct.
Asks for a re-rack.
You don't get strikes for being pretty. You get strikes, I mean your ball. She's pretty, I'm just saying.
I got you. I was with you. struck 4 of the last 5. Do we have a turkey here today? No, we have a difficult split. Instead, to convert, this will be a big challenge.
She knew when
3,
she
6,
let that
7,
one
10.
go. Definitely, as you can see right there, much deeper to the left of that tracer down lane, hit about 12. She needs to hit to the right of the 3-pin and slide it over into the 7. Right here. This is where that ball needs to hit. Send that right on over.
Can she convert? Big one. Leaves the 7. It's an open frame. And the match changes just like that to a 6-pin deficit for Shannon O'Keefe. Liz has been here before. Would like it high. 3-10 split.
Good timing for that.
As you can hear, not good time for that. And as you can see, Liz does look over at the score.
Chops and leaves the 10. Unbelievable. Now down 7 pins. And Shannon O'Keefe on the bench is in very good shape heading into the foundation frame. Wow.
Liz needs to really use her legs on these next few shots. Stay down with it. That's what's going to keep her ball on line to the pocket.
Three, 6. Does not have a look.
Right here, see how her ball is going this way to the pocket? Liz's best shot is when it's more direct and more in front of her.
Covers. Spare in the 9th. Back to Shannon.
Big shot for Shannon here to set up the foundation frame going into the 10th.
Huge shot. All 10 down. Exactly what she needed to take command.
Perfect comeback shot. After that open, she's liked this lane. Very aggressive. Perfect. Right, 1 board to the left of the tracer where she's been. 2 boards to the left of the tracer. Perfect shot. Great result.
Her 5th strike of the match. The top seed is closing in on a championship. How about a strike?
Read it, please.
No. Washout. 1, 2, 4, 10. Not over yet.
It is not over. A little over aggressive. This is a big shot for her. Ball just quite didn't read it. She got it way further right than she had been. She made this earlier in the match. Let's see if she can do it again.
Shoot it, shoot it.
Around the 10. Open frame. And a 189 for Shannon O'Keefe. Mark will about do it. Liz Johnson. 4-pin.
Absolutely great shot by Liz Johnson. She is no stranger to what she needs to do. And as usual, Liz hits the 1-3.
Spare and 7 to win it all. There's the 4. 7 pins stand between Liz Johnson and a 4th U.S. Open championship. This will be the Bowmore AMF moment of the match. Right here.
My palms are sweaty. I just thought I'd share.
I understand. Seven to win, Liz Johnson. 7. What she needed exactly. And barely. She has won the 2015 U.S. Women's Open Championship. For the 4th time in her Hall of Fame career, Liz Johnson is a U.S. Open champion. What a story today from New Jersey.
Thursday, Surf's Up in Fiji. Competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And by BPAA, the Bowling Proprietors Association of America.
Not far from magnificent Midtown Manhattan here in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Liz Johnson has done it again for a 4th time in her incredible career, a U.S. Open Women's Champion. The trophy from the Vice President of Marketing for Bowmore AMF, Coley Edison. The President of the BPAA, Tom Martino, with a jacket presentation, and Frank Wilkinson, the President of the USBC, with a check presentation as well for $50,000 to Liz Johnson of Buffalo. Wears the green jacket again. Congratulations to Liz. A 1-pin victory over Shannon O'Keefe today. 190-189 the final, and she wins the 2015 Bowmore AMF U.S. Women's Open. For Carolyn Doran-Ballard, Kathy Doran-Lizzie, it's Dave Ryan saying so long from the U.S. Women's Open in association with the United States Bowling Congress and Winkler Productions. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Racing is next. Congrats to Liz Johnson.